afternoon, everybody. Keith Andrews again, back here in Nashville, Tennessee. And I welcome all of you watching all of these videos as we progress during the day of our Commercial Mastermind Summit. Downtown, we're actually downtown, maybe 4 blocks from the Cumberland River, if those who know Nashville. And directly across the river from here is the current Titans football stadium, with the brand new one being built just north of it. I believe, yes. Anyway, today, as I mentioned earlier, I've had the fortunate pleasure of being able to grab some of our speakers and VIPs that have been attending this summit. And today, right now, we have Mr. John Letourneau, who I've known for about a year. He came into the company that I'm with now, eXp Commercial, and he is helping us take this thing forward. It keeps evolving because we're still less than 5 years old, and there's a lot of growth in that. And John, I'll give you a chance. Go ahead and tell us about you real quick, and then I'll ask you a real hard question.
All right. Sounds great, Keith.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity of putting together such an awesome event. It's great when our agents come forth in a what we call IRL or in real life event when we're a very virtual company. There's still something to be said for being kind of belly to belly in this industry, and it's always the way this has to happen.
You have to.
So I am a director of commercial operations, so I oversee all the commercial operations for the company, and kind of keep the lights on. I work with Sean Murphy, who I'm sure you'll hear from a bit. And so what we say is he brings them in and we bring them up and keep their businesses going and making them operational. We revised in the past year. It's been a very busy year here at XP Commercial in that we revised our tech stack, our mentoring, our education, a lot of the growth initiatives, our interstate brokerage capabilities. So we've really revised the whole platform around what we're doing. That's when we've seen about I think the number is 38% or so rise in agent productivity since then. So the results are easy to see. In that, I believe it's 38 was the number. Sean has it, and it's a great number because what we're seeing is incredibly dedicated professionals come, and whether they're new going, hey, what do I do? I'm interested in commercial, or how do I grow and thrive? They're finding that platform.
All right. So I got a couple questions for you, John, but let me start with the first one. What I was thinking was the commercial real estate profession, it affects the economy at all levels. Now, everybody that watches our show here realizes we're all about economic development at a local up to a global level of the economies.
Absolutely.
And so I'm going to take advantage of you being here because you have a diverse background, a lot about being with different companies in the commercial world. And there may be some people out there that are thinking, well, can I get into that profession? And so if you could just briefly let us know, how does the commercial real estate profession truly affect or become a major influence of the economy?
Okay. That's a great question. It's a broad one. Yeah, I'll answer that in 7 words or less. Don't ask a philosophy major a question like that because you know what you're going to get. So the other part is this. When you look at residential versus commercial, let's just do a quick comparison. If you look at a residential property, you sell, say, $1 million home. Beautiful home, great. A family has a place to live. If you sell $1 million factory, 40 workers now need a place to go every day. Those suppliers need to bring product in and out of there. Their supplier and the people working there need food, need housing, need local communities. So they're bringing in the community resources to tune or 10, 20, 30 times the fiscal impact a single $1 million home would sell. So when we look at commercial versus residential, we don't get quite the glory of like, oh, I'm the #1 listing agent in Tampa or whatever, because we're not quite as visible publicly that way. But the economic forces are incredible behind commercial, which is why we have things like Section 1031 tax deferred exchanges, opportunity zones, talking about development, are commercial benefits, but they don't pertain to single family primary residences for that reason. The other component of that is when you look at under all is the land, right? And that's actually, that is very much part 1 of the realtor code of ethics. Now, we're not realtors, but at the same time, they got it right, which is under all is the land, correct? So when you look at what the uses are, what's happening, land drives everything. And where people are, where they want to be, the demographics, that's all there. And the mistake I think a lot of commercial brokers make is saying, oh, wow, they're building a building. That's cool. I can't wait to see what goes in there. It's like, no, you missed the opportunity to be there 2 years before. When you when you found the land, brought it to someone, went through the entitlement meetings, through the process, because at the end of the day, the government and the zoning is really what's going to run that economic development, zoning, call it what you will in your community.
What's the best use for that dirt?
So our opportunity to massively affect communities in a positive way, whether that be, gentrification, anti-gentrification, industrialization, homogenization, green living, whatever your particular bent is and whatever you think is good, Your opportunity there is to work with the municipality, economic development, and owners long before it gets to the point where you could ever put a sign in a window. If you think your opportunity comes when the sign goes in the window, you're 2 years too late.
Yes.
So being hyper involved in your community is a key to that. And those relationships have to come like this, belly to belly. And if they don't, then again, you'll see that someone else developed it, and all of a sudden, maybe you could bring them a tenant, but you're certainly missing the opportunity to help reshape the community with your voice and advocacy as a commercial broker.
So what I'm hearing is maybe something I've been practicing for the last 5-6 years, because I've had the opportunities to be one of the mentors in our company.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a mentor to the person, and I don't care how old or young you are, the professional who wants to come into our industry. And what I've done is I've taken like everybody that exists and put them in 7 groups of people and said, you need to go build relationships with those people. What's my favorite phrase I say? It's not about who I know.
It's who knows you. Absolutely.
That's right.
All day.
It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
So the municipalities are huge in that local economy.
But at the end of the day, who says what you can do there? You know, and who gives the final stamp of approval on your use, the building standards, the code, how, you know, can you use tilt up concrete? Do you have to use split face block? Do you have to go to tin sheds? Like, what can you build there? All of that is so driven there that the sooner you get in alignment with those folks and let them know that you're a resource. And that's the key. You're not coming there with your hand out to, hey, pay me, I'm a broker. You're coming in going, hey, I have people who want to revitalize this community. Let's have input on where building trends are, where economic trends are, where restaurant trends are if you do retail. Yeah. You're at the forefront of that, and you have knowledge that these economic development folks do not have. And bring that value back to them, and value will come back to you. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. You have elected officials, you have appointed officials, you have employees of local towns and cities where they actually depend on knowing us at the same time of us depending on knowing them.
Right? Absolutely. Yeah. We are their intelligence gathering arm, if you will. Yeah. And for good reason. You know, their job is to watch the paperwork flow as permit applications come in. But think about your average economic development officer sitting there going, hey, I got a permit to build something at 123 Main Street. By the time that permit's hit them, someone's been talking about it, planning it, thinking about that for 6 months to a year or more. Your opportunity, again, is to be involved as early as possible in that process to help affect a positive outcome for the community, for the project, and I mean, for you personally as a broker. But overall, when you start sending that energy into the world, great things happen. And it's one of the most fascinating things I learned. I got in 2005. Money fell out of the sky. It was awesome. I built a team and I did every stupid thing someone who got money very quickly should do. Bought cars and race cars and trailers and boats and all this stuff. And 2008 came along and it's kind of said, you suck at your job. And you know what? It was correct. I did, because I was transactional and not relational. Right. I went through an incredible fire. Then I lost everything. It was a horrible time in my life. But you know what? I built a very intentional business after that, because my thing is all about relations. World falls apart tomorrow. I give a call and say, hey, Keith, I know you paid $4 million. I don't want to tell you it's worth $2 million, but I'm going to be honest and tell you it's worth $2 million. Here's why. Let's form a plan together as partners to get you through this situation.
Yes.
So it has to be a relational business. And if you're committed to that relational business, you will thrive in any market. And in fact, you will thrive in down markets from brokers like me who were too afraid to call their clients when things went poorly. Right. That's the opportunity I see.
Right. So do you have any final words to two things? Just to the general public, you want to add to why CRE, why commercial real estate for our economy? And second of all, that person out there looking at commercial real estate.
Okay.
Take your pick or do both.
I'll do both. Sure. Fine. Okay. So the first one, you talk about why commercial and what, the economy thing. When you look at the opportunities and advantages that you have when investing in real estate overall, and the additional ones, opportunities offered by commercial real estate, office, industrial, retail, multifamily, whether that's the scale of the investment, the scope of them, accelerated depreciation, many other things. Commercial is a perfect mixing pot of that. Additionally, because we have multiple segments, if office is hot, find somewhere it is in the country, good luck on that. But if office is hot and I sell my office building at a great number, I can then switch over to industrial or move to retail or go elsewhere. Whereas if I'm in the single family lane, I'm in the single family lane, and it's hard to diversify. You can diversify by neighborhood, but I love commercial because it offers diversity, yet still being kind of in the same playpen. Okay. Now, if you have, so that's it. And the tax advantages all day. And our tax advantage as full-time real estate professionals per the IRS also. Take advantage of every bit of that. If your accountant doesn't know what that is, get a better accountant. Part two, and we'll wrap quickly on this. You talk about if someone's thinking about getting into it, what does it mean? What does success look like? Success looks like being absolutely disciplined and relentless in the pursuit of your lead generation, of making those connections person to person.
All about relationship.
And what you're going to do is plant seeds, and it will start so slowly you don't think it's moving.
Right.
And then it will get moving so fast you can't stop it. But the key now is that most people stay in their residential home now 13.8 years. So if I sell someone a home, I've got a 14-year wait statistically. Now I might shake loose a cousin or uncle going, hey, who do you know wants to buy a house? Commercially, if I put you in on a 3-year lease somewhere, Keith, I know 3 years and a day from that moment, you're transacting. You're going to go up in space, down in space, or sideways and stay. Either way, I can monetize all 3 of those and be sure that I'm serving your needs in the market. So my business is to plant enough of those 3-year, 4-year, 5-year, 7-year seeds that my business has a massive uptick from now, because I've stayed in a relationship with my clients, brought them value, and they understand that I'm the right broker, EXP is the right platform, and this is the right assignment for me, which is the absolute hallmarks of the value of representation.
Wow. Thanks, John. That was very, very excellent today. Thank you for taking time out of this commercial summit. And we got to wrap it up, because the one guy who's speaking right now in there, I know, is that tax strategist.
I want to go get that info for sure. Thank you, Keith.
We're going to go in there. He's there for a while. So thank you all for joining us today. See you again.